Bruce wants to talk about the 2024 movie Abigail tonight. It's been out for a while, but let's see what his Gen X point of view is. I guess he has nothing better to do. At least he has a really cool shirt on tonight.
And welcome back. Good to see you. Hey, like and subscribe right now. If you haven't seen the rest of my channel, it's a good time to check it out. I always forget to say that for new people, but you're all welcome here. I just do a lot of goofy stuff. Tonight, we're going to do another movie review. I was working in my shop today, and I saw a movie come up on Peacock. Yeah, the crappiest of all streaming services, but it came up on Peacock, and it was called Abigail. Now, I know this movie's been out since May, but, you know, I watch movies a lot when I'm working, and I try to pick the dumb movies to watch myself when I'm working. That way I can watch the good movies with my wife. Well, this is another one that slipped through the cracks on me. So, it came up on Peacock. I looked at the preview. I'm like, oh, this looks pretty interesting. According to the preview, it's about a group of people that kidnap a young ballerina girl from a rich guy, it's his daughter, to collect a big ransom. And, well, it turns out the ballerina girl ends up being a vampire. And that's pretty much all the preview tells you. I don't know if I'm going to give spoilers in this one or not. I'm going to try not to, because even though this movie's been out since May, I'm thinking people like me maybe just found it too. So, you know what? Let's not do spoilers. All right, no spoilers. Yeah. Anyway, this movie, Abigail, as you can see in the picture, it came out in 2024, but around May-ish. And I never heard of it. I watch a lot of movie previews and haven't seen it. Okay, so I click on it, and I start watching it while I'm working down here, building stuff, and I realized that, well, you know, I saw the actors in it. I recognized a couple of them. The first one I saw was Giancarlo Esposito, which he played in The Mandalorian. The guy was a Darksaber. And, okay, so that piqued my interest. I'm like, okay, well, this might be interesting. And I saw the other actors and actresses. I only recognized one, and that was Kevin Durand. That's the only one I recognized. But the other ones that were in there, I mean, Angus Cloud was in it, Melissa Barrera, or yeah, that's all, folks. And I just did Goofy instead of Elmer. Wow, okay. Anyway, let's try it again. Melissa Barrera. There, I got it right. Is in it. Catherine Newton, Dan Stevens, and Matthew Good are all these bad guys that go and kidnap the little girl. The little girl is played by Alicia Weir. And so at first they kidnap the girl and they go back to the house and they meet Giancarlo's character, Lambert. He went by Lambert. So they meet Lambert back at the house, and Lambert tells them that it's their job to keep the girl safe until the ransom comes through for, like, I think it was $50 million. So they're all psyched. They're all going to get their share. They're all going to get paid. And then, of course, Lambert leaves, and they're left to themselves to deal with the kid. Now, like I said, it's in the previews. It says that she's a vampire, and so it's going to obviously be how they fight their way out of it, you know, or whatever ends up happening. So no spoilers so far. But whenever they realized they were trapped in there with a vampire, it reminded me of a couple other movies. It was so close to House on Haunted Hill. Now, House on Haunted Hill is a movie that came out in the 1950s with Vincent Price. They also remade it in the 2000s. They modernized it a little bit. It's still basically the same story. It really reminded me of House on Haunted Hill, just with a vampire instead of what happened on House on Haunted Hill. And also, the vampire, whenever she would go fight people, reminded me of Megan, the movie Megan. If you've seen that, that's a couple years old. And that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It was very exciting. Then they took a line out of, a lot of vampire movies and werewolf movies have used the line, "play with my food." At one point she says, "I like to play with my food." And I just thought that was cliche, but it was also funny too. Now, as far as the movie, the way it goes, without spoiling, because I'm thinking people watching this video, if you're really interested in what I had to say on this particular subject here in September instead of May when it came out, it was good. I mean, here, I'll tell you something fun to do while you're watching the movie, because I did this, and I was right. Out of the characters that are trapped in the house, you know someone's got to die. You know, just at least one person. So try to pick who the first person to get killed is going to be. And I happen to be right, but I just thought it was funny. So just to make it interesting, try to pick who's the first person that's going to die. And pick who you think the lone survivor is going to be, because there's always a lone survivor in these kind of movies. Okay, maybe that's a spoiler, but it's also common sense if you watch horror movies. But I watched it, and it just, I'm like, it wasn't cheesy. I don't mind cheesy. I think cheesy's funny. But now the character development, all the characters, you had Dean. Well, they all had fake names for one thing. You had Dean, Joey, Abigail, of course, Sammy, Peter, Frank. There's one more. I can't tell you that one. That'll be kind of a spoiler. Okay, so we're just going to people trapped in the house. So we got Dean, Joey, Sammy, and Peter, and Frank, and they're trapped in there with Abigail. I do have cheat notes, so I keep looking down. Hey, like I said before, I'm not running for president. It is what it is. And they all, obviously, they got named after the Rat Pack. That's, in the movie, it's not really a spoiler. That was very, very in the beginning. But each one of them had their own little story and their own little character development. The character development was very good for all of them, where they came from, and then as you figure stuff out through the movie, because there's more to the movie than just some vampire kid going around biting people. It makes more sense, and it was actually really cool to watch these characters develop and figure out who they were. All the actors played their parts very well. There wasn't anybody that I thought was terrible. Actually, the one that I guess got killed first wasn't terrible. I don't know. I thought he was in. That might be a spoiler if I say what I want to say. Let's just say I'm glad he got killed off first. And so it goes through the movie, and it was really interesting to watch the character developments, and even the little child vampire stuff. You find out where she came from, and the next sentence is going to be a spoiler, so I'll shut up. It's so hard not to do spoilers. I don't think I'm going to do the movie reviews without spoilers anymore. I think I'm just going to talk about the movie because I feel like I'm constrained right now. But okay, one of my opinion on the movie. My opinion on the movie. Yes, if you're new, I stutter a lot. It is what it is. And if you're one of those people who want to make fun of me, then guess what? Your comments get deleted and you get blocked. It's just nothing to make fun of people for. With that said, did I like the movie? Yes, I did. It was one of those movies that I stopped work and ended up not wasting my time, but getting away from work and being glued to the screen here watching the movie and forgetting about work. And I do that occasionally, and then I always pay for it afterwards. But yeah, I recommend it if you haven't watched it yet. It's one of those ones that just snagged me, and I liked it. So I hope you watch it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think, because I haven't even looked up reviews about this myself, so I don't know what other people think. That's the thing about today's movie reviews. When you see them on YouTube, I'm going to stop watching them because I'm seeing people just blasting movies before they're even in the theaters, before you can even see them. They're just sitting there blasting them because everybody gets offended nowadays. You know what? Screw being offended. Watch any movie you want to. If it's entertaining, tell your friends. If it's not entertaining, tell your friends you didn't like it. And that's it. I should do a whole video about the bitching about these so-called movie critics, including myself. Yeah, I'm not a real movie critic. I'm a Gen X guy sitting on a couch watching some movies when I'm bored. And I figure the way I look at movies, I don't climb up them with a magnifying glass. I don't overanalyze it. I just want to know if it's a good movie or not, and if I enjoyed it. So if you like me doing this, leave a comment about that, and I'll keep doing some movie reviews for you guys. And if you're enjoying them, then hey, maybe we can talk like normal people. Until then, thanks for coming out. Like and share, and leave a comment. Bye.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Bruce's next video will most likely be a rant about all the bullshit going on about the Snow White trailer. Check back soon. Thanks for watching and good night.
It's just Bruce, he don't bite. Hello.